Okay, so the only weird thing that we came up with is there is this part, yep, you can see it inside there. See this little shape inside here that's like an awkward little V? We're gonna fill that in. And to do that, we're gonna do that sweep tool again. So it's a little complicated, so bear with me. It's good practice though. Sweep is a cool tool to know how to use. So I'm gonna come here and I'm gonna actually, I already have the planes actually. I'm gonna turn on my construction plane. I want this vertical one, not the horizontal one. So I'm gonna turn the horizontal one off, this vertical one. I'm gonna create a sketch again on this vertical plane. And now I need to sketch the geometry of this onto my sketch. So I'm gonna come here and go create, project include, and I'm gonna use the intersect tool. I'm gonna make sure the selection filter says body here, and then I'm just gonna click on this body. You can see that's the shape of it as it goes through the plane. So I'll show that actually. Click on this. Let me tip it sideways so you can kind of see it. You can see like right here, the plane, the sketch goes through the middle of it, and that's the shape of the outsides as it goes through the middle of it. And this is that little weird V that I'm trying to get rid of inside there. So I'm gonna click on the body and then click OK. And I'm gonna actually go back to squared up to my drawing. I'm gonna turn off the lid because it's kind of in the way right now. And I'm gonna draw a curve from this corner here to this point right here. I could just close this off, but I think it'll look nicer with a curve. So I'm gonna come over here to my create menu and I'm gonna say create a spline. And I'm gonna do a fit point spline, and I'm just gonna go from this one, click somewhere in the middle here, we can adjust it later, and then click onto this corner right there. And then I'm gonna just click either on this green thing or double click back on this dot to set the line. Now what this allows me to do is I can just hit escape real quick to leave the spline tool. I can grab this and change the shape of it, which is kind of cool. I can just kind of move it around a little bit. I'm gonna zoom in some so I can see it a little bit better. And yeah, I'm kind of digging that shape right there. I'm gonna use that shape. I like that little bit of curve like that. So I'm gonna hit finish sketch, and I'm gonna turn my lid back on, and I'll show you what we've done. We have this little piece inside here that we need to now sweep around. Well, I'm gonna sweep it around by using this inside edge of all of this. So I'm gonna create a new sketch. Whoops, I just lost everything. I'm gonna hit home to find it again. There it is. Flip it over so I can see the underneath. I'm gonna create the sketch on this inside face here. Oh, I think I already did create the sketch actually. I think the sketch is already, nope, the sketch is wrong. So I'm gonna delete, I can see that sketch is in the wrong place. See how that sketch is in the middle? So I'm gonna hit finish sketch, come down here, right click on this sketch and hit delete. I think I had something selected before I hit the create sketch. So I'm gonna create a new sketch, and now I'm gonna click on this surface here. And I'm gonna do a project, and I'm gonna project this circle here, because I want this edge all around the outside. And I'm gonna say okay. And now I'm gonna I'm gonna go back to home actually, view. I'm gonna turn the lid off, and I'll show you what we got here. We've got two sketches. One showing this little weird V shape here that we're gonna sweep, and this is the path we're gonna follow. All right, so I'm gonna come here and say finish sketch, and now I'm gonna come here to the sweep. So under the create menu, choose sweep, and I'm gonna choose this weird shape, and then the path that we're gonna follow is, I'm going to turn on chain selection, see if it works, is that path. And sure enough, it just swept out that surface. Now before I say okay, because it's going to create me a new body right now, I'm going to turn the lid back on, and I'm going to change the operation from cut to join. And that's going to add that piece in there. Go take a look at it. You can see what a nice little curve it has going right into that edge now. I'm going to say okay. And now we've got this cool little piece inside there that's ready to rock and roll. All right, one last thing that we're going to do. Is it one last thing? Yeah, let's do it. I know this video is getting a little bit long, but bear with me. We're going to add our name to the top because that's just cool. So I'm going to create a sketch here, go to the top view, and then I'm going to create a circle point or a center point rectangle, and I'm going to do it with construction lines. And I'm going to click here in the middle, and it's going to make it as wide out as I want. I'm going to go right out to the corner here. What this is going to allow me to do is going to allow me to center my text on this rectangle. And the rectangle is now centered on this face. All right, so now when I've done that, I'm going to create, and I'm going to go to the text tool. And I'm going to come up here to this top left corner of my box, and I'm going to drag it all the way to the bottom right. Now that it will allow me to stay nice and centered there. And I'm just going to do like, I don't know, Mr. Haza. I'm going to center those things. I can increase the height to, I don't know, 12. I think that's pretty cool. I'm going to center them vertically as well. That looks all pretty good. I'm going to choose a better font than that. Some fonts don't do well, but I'm going to choose one that's a little bit nicer looking. Ooh, Gadooji. No, that didn't look good. Ooh, ink free. Mr. Haas, I kind of like that. Now I need to change that back down to 10. That's a little bit close to the edge there. And, oh, I just entered instead of doing, I'm going to right click on it and do edit text again. I want to make this bold because I want it thicker, because you want it thick to print well. And what does italics look like? No, it doesn't look good. I mean, I'm going to add a period in there just because I'm cool. And then I'm going to say okay. And now I'm going to extrude this. So E for extrude. It looks like it's grabbed something already. I'm going to see where it says profiles here. I'm going to click that to get rid of the profile already selected. And I'm going to click on the text. It gets all the text for me. And here up is going to make like a raised name. You can do that if you'd like. I'm going to make mine inset. Excuse me. So I'm going to do a negative, and it's 0.2 layer height. So you got to think of it in terms of how many layers down do you want to go. Each one's 0.2. I'm going to extrude mine in 0.6. So that's going to give me 3 layers of plastic inside extruded. Click OK, and there it is. My engraved name, Mr. Haza. Oh, it looks like a W. I don't know if I like this font very much. All right. That's it, my friends. So the next video will take you through the process. Oh, before we do something, let's do one more thing. I'm going to hit A for appearance. And I'm going to come down here to where it says paint. I'm going to open the paint folder by clicking on it. And then I'm going to use metallic flake, although you could use whatever you'd like. If you want to choose a color, if there's something like here's for a download, just click to download. It'll take a few seconds to download. And I'm going to grab this blue one. I'm going to drop it right here on the top. And I just painted the top of it blue, which is kind of cool. And then the bottom I'm going to go as gold. And you know what? I'm going to change the top to red because I like the school color thing. And you can just play around. Every different body in here can have a different color or material property. You can make it into wood or stone, or there's all kinds of fun things to play around with for appearances. And again, that's the A command for appearance. So I'm going to hit close here. All right, let's end this video because it's way too long. And the next video will take you through 3D printing this beast. Good job.